Are we here?
Yeah,
Waiting.
relatively. Okay.
Oh, look at that. The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking.
It's
That's ominous.
ticking. Ooh, and our planet
There
needs
we go.
us. Woohoo!
A lot of things need
That
me.
was a commercial that you were.
Yeah, it was not us.
Guys.
Our clock is not ticking.
No, our clock is running a little slow.
We're just a little behind.
Good
That's
morning,
all.
ladies and gentlemen, when you show.
Sorry, I'm bouncing my microphone all over the place.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
I was literally grabbing things as I was like getting ready to hit the button. And
Without a doubt, she
did
was.
I forget anything? I definitely forgot something, but it's okay.
We'll find it.
No, it's out there, but it doesn't matter. They know what it looks like. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Whatever you say, boss.
Whatever. So this is probably my favorite of all, like, that we do every year, because it's like our recap of like things that we did, things that happened, and like the best of for the year. And I just think that's kind of, I don't know, I hate saying episode. I feel like episode. There's either episode like she had an episode, ooh,
Yeah, oh dear.
or like episode like we're on television. Neither is true. I have not had an episode. I actually had a fairly relaxing week up until last night, so it's totally fine.
I did too. You know, I didn't
Did
do
you?
a lot of anything.
We in the Patreon group, we've kind of decided that this week is just like it doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Like we just do whatever.
Yeah.
We're here, but we're not like focused. Like January 1st is so close, and I'm like, it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen in January.
It'll
That
work
week
next
between Christmas and New Year's is terrible. And I was telling them this. I don't know if I ever told you this. One single solitary time, I thought it would be really great to have. This is when I had like a regular 9-to-5 job. I would love to have the week between Christmas and New Year's off. And one of my coworkers was like, "I won't see you until the new year." And I was like, "Oh man, like Merry Christmas," but like, man, that stinks. And I said out loud, and I will never say it again, I really wish I could have the week off too. I threw my back out on Christmas.
Oh,
lifting
gosh.
chairs. This was one of the last years we had Christmas at our house. I was bringing chairs up from the basement, lifted the wrong way, threw my back out, was heavily medicated for Christmas, which, by the way, if you're spending with your in-laws, that was fun.
That was good.
Totally fine. But I couldn't move for an entire week.
Yeah,
I was
believe it.
bedridden for a week. Like it was one of those, I can't, like, how do I get out of bed without rolling? So I'll never say it out loud again.
No.
So I just kind of decided after I woke up, whatever day I text you, Tuesday, and I had a headache. I was like, I think I'm just going to take the rest of the week off. I still worked, but I worked
me
from
too,
home
but
in my sweats, hanging out with the dogs. They needed
I
me.
did a little stuff, but
I edited a video. I finished a pattern. I got some things uploaded. I got Court Club organized. I did stuff, but it wasn't like
I got a quilt quilted.
crazy.
I got
There you
one
go.
done, a
See?
big monster.
So-
And I got prepped for our New Year's Eve.
I'm very excited. Barb and Shayna are both going to sew, which is so
It's gonna
exciting.
be funny.
It's going to be great.
And don't you know, my machine, my fax machine, the plug is not working, so this foot pedal won't work. It's very intermittent, so I dug one of my Husqvarnas out of the basement and tried it yesterday. It works, so
Oh my
we're
goodness.
doing that.
You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
So before we go into our 2023 recap, does anybody have questions about Court Club or about the New Year's Eve sew along? Anybody need to know anything? Because otherwise the rest of the hour or whatever is going to be spent talking about this year. Is everybody good? Does anyone have Court Club questions? Because today is the last day to sign up if you want January shipment. If you sign up tomorrow or Monday,
February.
you get it in February. We already oversold. We don't have enough cork. I had to order more, which is not a problem I'm complaining about. But I just kept saying to Eric,
Surprise,
but how?
surprise.
But how? How did this happen?
People
Like,
missed it.
They missed it. And I think we also, what has it been, 2-3 years since we started it? Whatever it's been.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we've definitely, we have people that done it before that missed
Yeah.
it, people that missed out and wanted to do it, and then we have new followers. So
Exactly.
it's fantastic. But I was like,
And we have so much new cork.
we have so much new cork. And I said to him, when you cut this cork, if you make one single solitary error,
I will
we
kill
don't
you.
have any room. Like we have no room. And I was like, we don't even have extra to put on the website. So I ordered more yesterday because I was panicking. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So today is your day. If you're on the fence and you're like,
Do it now.
do it now. Well, not right now. Just stay.
Yeah.
Just have a seat. Do
Do
it
in
afterwards.
an hour.
If I don't have an email from you with your sign up by the end of today, you're shipping in February. You're still in. It's not like you're not
Yeah.
going to get cork, but you're just not going to be in for the first shipment of the year. So, and if you were signing up for like the full year, then you'd know the whole year was covered. You know, you don't
Right.
want, you start in
Yeah.
February over whatever. So I'm just saying.
Okay, move on.
Okay. The New Year's Eve mystery so long.
Mystery.
Mystery means secret.
Don't ask questions.
I mean, you can ask questions, but don't be
You won't get
unrealistic.
answered.
Don't be unrealistic.
She won't even
Be like,
tell me.
can I show you what the bag looks like? No, I'm not going to show you.
Mm-mm.
Does it have 15 zippers and 85 pockets? Sure. No, I'm not telling you anything. So again, I'm just going to say it one more time because the clock is ticking on all of you. We can't ship you anything for Sunday.
Nope.
If you have an endless supply of things, like most of us do, I think you're fine.
Mhm.
But if you go to the patterns page, you buy the little mystery, it's right at the top, you are prepaying for your pattern. So you're getting just now, no pictures, no label. You're not getting anything except supplies and cutting list. Get all that cut, get your handle made, watch the Margie video if you need a reminder on how to make a trifold handle. We will do hardware together. We will sew the whole bag together. We will do all of it. So there's your big hint. It's a bag. So now you know it has a handle. It has an
I even
adjustable
asked her a
handle.
question when I was cutting,
And
she
I was like,
wouldn't
no, I'm not
she
telling
wouldn't
you.
Tell me.
No. So
No.
it's not just you. No one knows.
Uh-uh.
And for those of you that thought you could ask Eric, he doesn't know either. So he also doesn't know a lot of things
I
right
was
now.
gonna
But
say, yeah.
yeah, we're not going to go there. So his brain is not fully functioning at the moment, but that's fine. We're going to have it tested. So yeah, that is happening on Sunday at 2:00 Eastern, our time, New York. You can watch it live. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. You can watch it anyway. You can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
You can get a sneak peek. The pattern and the video, like the full tutorial, will be up on Monday. So you can purchase the pattern then. If you purchased the little one sheet information on the bottom, all the way down at the bottom, is a code for you to put in to buy your pattern for free when the pattern's available because you're pre-ordering it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Question
Question. Do it.
from me.
Oh. No.
From
We're only
me to
taking
you.
questions
No,
from
no,
them.
they'll wanna know
They're going to want to know too. Okay.
Do you have any idea how long this so long will be?
That I do not know because it's, we're going to start at 2 and I mean, we're going to go for a few hours. Like if it comes down to it and you just don't want to stick it out and you leave, like that's fine. I mean, most of you can finish a bag. That's not an issue. But I would say there's one part that's going to be the most time consuming part, and that's where we're starting. Once that's done, it's assembly time. So, I mean, I don't think that it's
wow.
going to be like a 7-hour day. Eric would probably kill me. But I mean, a couple hours. And, we're going to work together. We were talking about this today. I can't wait for everybody. We have over 140 people signed up for this. Like, again, mind is blown. Court Club, I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Why does everyone like me? Don't answer that because some of you will have not nice things to say and you'll tell me you don't like me. So,
Well,
you shush. So I don't think it's a super complex bag. Somebody had said, is it beginner friendly? I think anything is beginner friendly if you have help. Like I think if you have someone assisting you, we're not talking about like neurosurgery here. Like we're not going to like operate on brains. We're making a bag. If you sewn and you can do a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch on your machine and you can do all the basic stuff, you're fine. You can't do zipper. We'll do the zippers together. It's going to be fine. So we're going to work through it. And, hopefully this becomes a new tradition because I'm really excited about it.
okay. Reiterate. We do not get the pattern before we start.
No, nope. You
Get
do
it
not.
the next day.
You are not. So at some point during the video, not in the beginning, we're doing our live. I'm telling you, grab piece A, grab piece B. I'm showing you. I'm sewing, so you have time to sew. I'm like, okay, is everybody ready? Here's this piece. You have a question. Eric's going to answer that. At some point, I'm going to go,
Lord
okay.
knows what the answer will be.
I'm going to go, okay, here's what we're making. And I'm going to show you the new pattern. It's not going to be as soon as we log on. I'm like, hey guys, here it is. See you later. So you'll see the new pattern. You're not getting the pattern. The pattern will not be out until the 1st. If I'm feeling real spicy, I might put it up Sunday night, but it's I mean, the video's ready, the pattern's ready. They just have to be
Only after
put
midnight.
they just have to be there.
You want me to do it? I'll be up.
You do it. But I mean, it's not going to be in the middle of the day. You're not getting it today. I'm not showing it to you today or tomorrow or Sunday morning. So no, it's a mystery.
Right.
So you don't know what it is.
You just follow the directions.
There you go. Like, it's going to be one of those where I'm like, okay, grab piece A. See piece A? Now we're going to do this. So here, everybody see it? Okay, then I'm going to do it. It's just like a tutorial, except my mouth is yapping live and it's not edited. I can't edit it and I have to not swear. That's all.
We have to be quiet in the background.
Quietish, but we also have to worry about Eric having a microphone. So that's a whole other problem. So yes, it will remain a mystery until it's not. And it will be a mystery today and tomorrow. And you'll see it sometime on Sunday. So maybe when I get home on Sunday, I'll say, here, Happy New Year. Here's the video and the pattern. You can have it now, but no, you can't have it now. Right?
After
right
mystery
now.
classes.
After, yes. Some of you don't like mysteries, and I respect that, but you also have to respect my wishes because this is my pattern. It is. It is. So, any other New Year's Eve questions?
Oh.
Or court club questions or anything else?
No, not at this moment.
Okay. So, we're going to get into, I have highlights. I have growth because we grew.
Oh, yeah.
Not my pant size. That did as well. But I'm talking about on social media. And then we have most popular. And Barb can't see this page because we're going to quiz her.
Yeah. And you know how bad I am.
We do this every year and she hates it so much.
I'm like a robot when I do
She
one.
does all the shipping, but she still doesn't know the answers. And that's the best part of it. So we're going to start.
Robot Barb.
She's just focused. We're going to start. And Barb has a little something to throw in here too, because I want them to know your stuff. Because yours actually, I was like, damn.
Were you surprised?
I mean, yes and no. So 2023, well, actually, it was a year ago on the 27th. I remember it was December 27th of 2022. I decided, and I don't know why on that day, but I did, I'm going to post every single day on social media for an entire year and see what happens. Will it make a difference? Will it change? Will it help grow numbers? Will it grow the audience? What will happen if I do it? So, excuse me. I did. I'm still going. I'm still not going to stop at least until the 1st, and then I might take a day off. Was it easy? No. It was there were definitely days where I was like, oh God, it's 6:00 and I forgot to post, or I really don't have anything to say today. I'm sorry, but I'm going to post a picture of my dog. There were days that there was not as much effort put in. I will 100% admit that. It is a hard thing to do when you are not producing nonstop. And I go through lulls. I don't sew every single day. I don't write patterns nonstop. I don't go from one pattern to the next. I take breaks. I pick up new hobbies. I try to leave my house sometimes and not come here. It doesn't happen a lot. But I do other things. Sometimes I just don't want to do anything. Sometimes I just, I'm sure you get that way with quilting. I just literally don't want to touch this machine right now.
I don't want to listen to it.
I don't want to, well, that's how I feel with the Glowforge.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
I don't want to listen to that thing right now. And there are days where I'm like, I should cut some stuff and I just don't want to listen to it.
Hear it.
You just don't. So, I mean, there were definitely days that I struggled. In the very, very beginning, like January, February, even into March, I was trying to do videos, like little shorts. That got exhausting after a while because they still need to be edited. They still need to be thought out. There's like a lot more that goes into it. I was trying to post in the very beginning, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube if I could as a short. That's a lot. It was a lot of pressure I put on myself. So as the time went on, I still posted somewhere. Most of the time I post on Facebook because I feel like it was the easiest and they're connected to, it's connected to Instagram. TikTok, I don't have as many followers. You have to do a video. I didn't always post there. And if the video that I posted was longer than a minute, I can't put it on YouTube as a short. So then it becomes like a different process. So it was a learning experience. it was definitely a learning experience of my patience and my like commitment to this. Cause there would be a day where I was like, I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
Who's going to care? And I was like, but you said you would. You said you would. You have to do it. It doesn't matter if nobody cares. You said you would do it. Do it for yourself. So will I do that in 2024? Probably not. I will post as much as I possibly can, but there might be a day or two that I'm just tapped. I don't want to. But I wanted to see what it would do as far as numbers were concerned. Will it help? The other thing, I'm trying as much as possible, mostly to grow this right here because YouTube is accessible to everybody. YouTube is accessible to other countries, to people that don't want to be on Facebook. It's accessible to people that don't even understand social media. It's accessible to so many more people that I was like, I want to grow my YouTube as much as possible, and hopefully the rest of them fall into place. So things that I learned, Facebook, my numbers are pathetic. It just doesn't, nothing happens on Facebook no matter what I do. It's actually so sad. It's like one of those where I'm like, I look and I'm like, wow, one new follower in this whole week. I don't know what it is, but like you can't be popular everywhere and you can't grow everything at the same time. And I didn't solely focus on one thing. So yeah, Facebook, TikTok took this dramatic climb quick and then just kind of petered out and became whatever. So the fact that I haven't been posting as much on there sometimes is helpful because if I start again in January, sometimes that helps to like boost it again.
Yeah.
But I also feel like TikTok is for funny things and Karen videos and things that aren't really my, like, I don't mind the funny videos. Like you've seen those.
Yeah.
But like things that I don't want to sit and complain about bad customers every single day because that just brings you down. And also I don't want that reflecting on my business.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known as the person that constantly complains
About
and posts
customers,
all these because you know that it happens. You know that it's true. You know that people are awful sometimes. I don't want to spend every day making videos like that. And there are some creators that do that. And I'm like,
exactly.
I believe you. I believe that this happened to you, but God, why do you want to relive it every single day?
Yeah.
So I don't have
focus on the positive.
Right. And I try to do that as much as I can, but I just don't think it's the right platform for me because I think they want different. I think they want to watch me sewing a bag or me showing the bags that I sell. And I don't do that. You know, I'm like, hey, here's products that I use. And people are like, that's just not what I'm here for. So I did the best I could. Instagram did take a very interesting turn early on in the year. All of a sudden, again, my numbers just went through the roof. And I was like, wow, this hasn't happened like in a long time. And then again, done. It like just kind of leveled out. And you never know when that's going to happen with anything. YouTube seems to be consistently growing. And I see the things that affect my YouTube channel. I see when I have big spikes. If I'm at So Magical, not me, but other people being in my booth, Saya, Nova, Lauren, when those people are there and they post videos, especially Saya, I don't know what it is about. She's amazing. I love her. But I'm like, as soon as she's in my booth, my number is like all the way up. And she sells out cork. Why? I don't know. I don't know what it is about her connection with people that drives them also to my YouTube channel. 2 times she has interviewed me or talked to me in my booth. Both times I watch my numbers skyrocket. And I'm like, okay, but you know, why that, but not something else? The other thing too with YouTube is I am known for tutorials. People want tutorials. The more tutorials that I put out there and the more I put them close together, which again can be exhausting. They take a lot of editing. It takes a whole day sometimes to edit one video. That's when I watch things grow. So I definitely think that posting and paying attention to social media this year definitely made a difference. Maybe not exactly the way that I thought, but also in some areas better. So just to give you an idea, because I wrote everything down and I kept track monthly. And in the beginning, I was keeping track daily and it was too much to like every single day check. I started last year, right around end of December, beginning of January, just shy of 15,000 on YouTube. So we were at like 14.8. And I was like, I was still really impressed. I was happy when we had 500 subscribers because I've said this before, I didn't do this because I was like, I'm going to be the next YouTube star. I'm still not looking for that. That's not the thing. I'm looking to expand our circle, expand our customers, expand the people I get to teach, do the things that I like to do, and keep that audience growing. But I also do it. I started out doing it to answer questions that I got asked repeatedly that I didn't know other words to use. If my words didn't make sense, how do I pick new words? Here's a video. There you go. And it's funny, and that's the one thing I forgot to look and see what the popular video was, but I can do that later. I started my YouTube channel just like it was just to do it because I was at home and I was bored. It was 2020.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's grown as much as it has, and I only focus on my own supplies and patterns, I'm happy. I'm proud of myself. I'm
proud of you.
I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to have a proud moment. So actually, as of today, because we'll look for today, let's see. So 14,829 is where we started.
Okay.
We're at 23,637.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I made a very unreasonable goal, knowing that it probably wouldn't happen, but just threw it out into the universe. And I was like, I want to hit 30,000 by the end of the year. Whatever. I knew it was a long shot, but I was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. But as it was going on, I'm like, it's getting closer though. Like we're almost at 24,000 subscribers.
Right.
And I'm like, starting out with like 200 and now to be here, I'm happy about that. That is a 60%. We grew 60% on YouTube. So I know what to do to grow YouTube. I know what needs to be done to make that work. The rest of it, I have no freaking idea. I just keep doing stuff and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't because Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are just chaos. Instagram grew 55%. That sounds like a lot, right? But most of that happened in like a 2-week period and then it leveled out. Instagram was like, we're done with you, bye. But what happened here?
That's funny.
TikTok grew over 100%. I more than doubled my numbers from the beginning. We're still around there. It still hasn't changed. That happened around like March and then people were like, we're done with you, bye. So whatever. Facebook, this is so sad. For an entire year of posting and having a Facebook group and focusing a lot of energy on Facebook, 16%. Yes, it's better than it's better than zero. I know.
That well.
You know, just check it for fun. I know it's better than zero. This is not a complaint. This is me laughing at the world of social media and how idiotic it is. It is a crapshoot. It is toxic. It is dumb sometimes. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's also depressing. Social media is just bizarre.
It is.
So I'm saying this not just for me, but also, again, for the rest of you that are like, I'm having a hard time. My page doesn't grow. It's not just you. Trust me, it is not just you. It is. I have put in 369 days of posting every day, and people are like, meh, I don't want to follow her. So
really.
I don't know what to do. I literally have no clue. So I did the best that I could, you know? And that's all that we can do is make an effort.
I don't even know how to tell.
So we'll look at your numbers later. It's always
They're very
good.
minimal.
It's good to know where you started. It's good to have goals. And it's also good to be humble about it and know that you can't make things. I can't make people follow me.
No.
I can't make people interact with me. I can't make them buy things. I can just put it out there, hope for the best, show everybody what I do, and just hope it works out. And sometimes things are amazing. I'll be honest with you. Beginning of December, I was like, this is going to be a horrible month because it's Christmas, it's Hanukkah, it's New Year's, it's the end of the year. Everybody's done. December is typically a very low month. It's very slow. I was like, December is going to be terrible because it always is. It's just going to be awful. December has turned out to be one of the best months we've had all year because we did the New Year's Eve sew-along, which has gotten a lot of attention, more than I was imagining. I literally, and I'm not just saying this, I literally was like, probably like 10 or 12 people would be like, that sounds like fun. No, 140 of you have signed up to, I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I cannot predict anything. We started Court Club up again. And, you know, we had a couple things going on here, but I mean, you just don't know. But sometimes you start that month out and you're like, oh, this is going to be an interesting month. And by the end of it, you're like, that actually wasn't so bad. That actually turned out pretty good. So, stick to it, do what you can do.
Mhm.
As I said to Eric, I'm throwing a Hail Mary out there. We'll see what happens. And the month took 180 in the middle of the month. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, everybody gets Christmas presents. Woohoo!
Exactly. There you go.
I was like, they might be getting cookies for Christmas. Whatever. Here's things I found in my cabinets.
There you go.
You just never
Regifting
know.
Always works.
So regifting. Here's some cake mix I bought 2 years ago. So so some of the other highlights, these are the things that I mean, obviously things that made me happy, but also things that were like, I set things out there, I made goals. Eric has been a huge help. Barb, obviously, Barb does shipping. I tell you that all the time. She is my right hand. She does a lot of the stuff that I don't have time to do, that I don't want to do, and she's good at it. So I have Barb. I've had Barb for a long time. Eric has really
5
stepped up.
years. 5
5, I
Going
know.
on 6.
It's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
retired and went back to work.
See, I'm not that bad. I've had Eric for 18 years, but
Yeah,
the last
really.
year has been great for him. It's been a real banner year for Eric.
Yeah, really.
He's been stepping up, doing a lot of things,
Yeah.
basically trying to reprogram my anxious mind and tell me that, like, it's fine, I can help you. And I was like, I don't need help. And he was like, but you do.
You do.
So he's been great with cutting cork and vinyl and just getting everything done, packing things. I mean, he does whatever I need him to do. So he's been amazing. And that has allowed me to really focus. So a lot of you last year encouraged me to start Patreon. And I thought y'all were crazy, as I normally do, because I was like, you guys are going to pay me?
Yeah.
You're going to pay me for nothing? It's like, no. And it's been fantastic.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. Well, some people think it's nothing, but it's fine. Yeah, we
Then don't
lost
join.
some Patreons along the way. People's things change, whatever. Some people unfortunately didn't think I did enough, and they're entitled to feel however they want.
Exactly.
I do as best as I can. I really try to put in as much of an effort because my Patreons are supporting me financially, emotionally. Like they're just spiritually, physically. I'm going to go into the whole,
Jeez.
from The Wizard of Oz. I was listening to something about it today. It's my favorite movie, by the way. But Patreon has been amazing. I've had kind of this sounding board where I can ask for opinions. Everybody loves to give an opinion, but I don't have to put things out there publicly. They get videos early. They get to, like, sneak peeks of stuff. They've been kind of along for this journey with me of me figuring out Patreon, and it's been fun. I think it's been really great. We have, again, our core group that I can count on them for an answer whenever I need it. If I post something, I know the first 5 people that are going to respond to me, and I know that they're right on top of it. So I did get to start that, which has been, again, an interesting journey. I was a member of Patreon, but I never did anything. I never took advantage of the things that were offered to me from the people I followed. I was like, whatever, I'm supporting you. I don't care. It's like a few dollars a month. And I think I maybe watched one video or listened to one extra podcast episode. So I just kind of was one of those patrons that hangs in the background. So now I'm like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing because I haven't paid that much attention. Let me try it. And I think it's been pretty good. I enjoy that group very much. It's, I understand it's not for everybody. I totally get that. But I think it's been really cool. So I've been enjoying that. In May
Whatever
of this
makes
year,
you happy, dear.
whatever keeps me off the top of the roof. Whatever.
There you go.
We started in-person classes here. I never planned that. It was not part of the plan going into this building. We never discussed that. It wasn't like a thing where we were like, let's get a classroom. So the fact that we have one and it's been doing pretty well, and it's big and it's bright and it's, it's spacious and it has lots of stuff in it and it makes me happy. I stand in there before classes while I'm turning lights on and plugging irons and I'm like, I'm just happy here. It's mine.
Yeah.
I enjoy teaching at other places, like venturing out and going to shops and to, retreats and different things, but it's different when it's yours and know where everything is. And you're not like, can I use the bathroom? Where is the bathroom?
Yeah.
Do you have a kitchen? It's kind of like, do you have this supply that somebody can buy? It's nice because I know what's here, and so that's been really exciting. Again, it was not a plan. It was not a plan at all. And it just kind of happened. So that's been exciting. I did my first ever live with other people. Nicole and Lauren and I went live for our Friendsgiving the week before Thanksgiving. And that was exciting. I've never done that before. I've never really sat and I mean, I've gone live like with Kayla before, So
Mhm.
Magical, where we just chat and I'm part of like a longer video. But for the three of us to actually like sit there and we were sewing and just shooting the breeze, like just whatever,
Mhm.
no scripted anything, no questions. That was really fun. So that was definitely a highlight of my year. And also forming friendships with really cool people, which I barely knew a year ago. You know, that's been a
Mhm.
very exciting thing. New friends are always fun, and especially friends that understand what you do.
Mhm.
When you meet new people and you have to explain what you do, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
I
really,
don't know
huh?
what that means. When I could just randomly ask a question about a zipper, and you're like, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's an amazing friendship. We brought back Court Club.
Mhm.
That has been pending for like 2 years now. We put it on
Yep.
the back burner because it wasn't a priority. Definitely wasn't last year. And in most of this year, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Enough of you asked me, and that's what happens. You wear me out, and I say yes. But I'm excited because
Just remember that.
literally,
Just wear her out. She'll say
there's
yes.
you got a men's wallet out of me this year, okay? Just remember
Uh-huh.
that.
Sean will never let you forget that.
I know. He's the biggest reason why I didn't want to do it because I was like, he's never gonna let me live this down. Um, but it had to happen eventually. I just didn't want it to happen at all, but here it is. But we brought back Court Club, and Club, that's a hard one to say. Court Club, I'm drinking coffee. That it came back with a bang. Like it was
Yeah.
like, oh, you missed me?
Uh-huh.
Watch out, here I come. And
Yep.
I was like, I'm getting like one after, and I'm like, oh my god. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm being proactive ordering cork, and then I didn't
Yeah.
order enough, and I was like, not the worst problem now.
Exactly.
I was like, okay. Our New Year's Eve mystery so long. We haven't done it yet, but I'm that excited about it that I'm like, this is a cool thing that we started this year. And I have this vision in my head of how it's gonna go. I hope it does. I think it's gonna be pretty freaking
I think
cool.
it's gonna be
Like I
fun.
think it's gonna be a really fun thing. I really hope that everybody else enjoys it and it becomes a tradition for us. Like
Mhm.
every New Year's Eve, Lauren sews a necessary clutch wallet. That's her thing.
Yep.
She goes live and she makes it. That's her New Year's thing. So everybody, I see them ask and they're like, are you going live this year?
Yeah.
I want that to be our thing where they're like, are you doing a mystery bag this year? And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
guys, it's August. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So it was on a whim. It was one of those random brain farts that I had driving. Actually, I wasn't. When Eric drives, my mind works better.
Yeah.
You would think when I'm driving, I would just be thinking, but I'm
No,
usually
you're
like listening to a
trying to-
podcast or
You're trying to pay attention to the road.
trying to pay attention because a lot of people are like, I spend a lot of time alone and that's when I think. And I'm like, I don't think at all. Not in the
No.
shower, not in the car. Eric's driving and I'm like, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And I just sit there and my mind starts. My brain is like a ping pong ball. Like it just does this all day long. And I'm like, oh. So that was one of those, yeah, 100%. So I think it's cool. I'm excited about it. And another thing, just, we're talking about friendships. When I was at Lauren's studio a couple weeks ago, she asked me what time the sew along was. And I was like, 2 o'clock. I'm like, why? She was trying to figure out what time her and I think Brittany, I think is doing it, what time they were going to do theirs to make sure that she could be done by the time I was starting so that people
Oh.
wouldn't have to choose. That's the kind of person
Yeah.
I need in my life.
Yeah.
That's the kind of support that I want from people in my life. I didn't ask her to do that.
Yeah.
We have very different audiences. But the fact that she was like, I want to make sure that people can do both.
Yeah.
I was like, who are you? Where did you
Yeah.
come from? Like, I love her. So I just absolutely love her. So, now I'm going to talk about how many patterns I designed, but can you tell them how many quilts you quilted in a year? And I know that this is what you do for a job, but this still blew my
It's
mind because
supposed to be a part-time job.
it was a part-time. Yeah, it's not anymore. How many quilts did you quilt this year?
231 edge-to-edge designs and 29 custom quilts.
You hear that? It's
And-
250 quilts in a year, and the year's not over yet, but still it's in a year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, how's your part-time job going? Huh?
What part-time
Again,
job?
and I'm not trying to like speak for you, but you didn't go, okay, I'm retired. Now I'm going to start this brand new business and build this amazing empire of quilts. You were like, I'll do it for some side money and it'll be fun and it'll
I
justify
started when I
having
was
my
still
long arm.
working. Yeah. When I was
Right.
still working. I was like, I'll do this when I retire. Yeah.
250 quilts.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And she still goes on vacation. Don't forget that. You
Yeah.
are one of those people that I'm like, you actually
Occasionally.
prioritize your own like happiness, and you're like,
And I
I'm
do
gonna have a
have-
vacation.
And I still have retreats in there, and I can't quilt when I'm at the retreats.
That is true. And you can't quilt when you're here. So
No,
that's
and I
2 days a
can't-
week
Yep. that
out
I
of
can't.
52 weeks that I've taken away from
Then
you.
I've got 6 long weekends that I run
So
retreats.
there's 3 to 4 days that
Then
you're
I
not
go to my brother's
quilting.
for a week or 2 or 3
Then vacation.
sometimes.
So that year was not a full 52 weeks of Barb
No.
quilting. That was 250 quilts in 40 plus
I
weeks,
don't
maybe.
know.
Like
Sometimes it's from like 8 to 12, 8
That's-
to
it's-
10.
I asked her yesterday, and she texted me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, no, I'm not surprised, but yes, I am. Like, I know you quilt a lot,
Yeah.
but oh my god, that's a lot of quilts.
Uh-huh.
It really blew my mind.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
How many retreats? I do 6 retreats a year.
6.
Last year I
Yeah.
did 7. This year I did 6.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that is a lot of work in itself. Don't let her kid you. If she tries to say, well, it's fun. There are binders, there are emails, there's organization, there's so much. There's money, there's checks, there's
Oh, yeah.
take care of this, plan this, who's rooming with who. It is an organizational level that I cannot and will not ever meet, and that is totally fine with me. Because I'm like, damn, Barb, how do you know? She pulls out this thing and she's like, and you paid me with this check number and this day. I'm like, this is why I don't run things. Because I'd be like,
I
I
love
think
it
you gave
between
me money.
Checks,
I don't
cash,
know.
Venmo now. Some people like to use Venmo, which drives me crazy because I can't remember to look
I'd
there.
be like, did you pay me? I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea. I'm like, sure, I'll take your word for it.
Or the people that say, do I owe you money?
They can't keep
They're
track of
paid.
themselves, but she's got like 100 people on a sheet. She's like, I know exactly. You owe me this much money. That's just chaotic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I
Oh, look at that.
designed.
Barb's the boss.
She is the boss. I designed 5 patterns.
There
this
you
year,
go.
which
That's awesome.
I'm not upset about that. I will
No,
tell
that's
you.
a lot.
That is a lot in a year, but Jessica of January of this year, she was a different person. She was like, I could easily do 12 patterns this year, 1 a month.
Yeah.
Why would it take me more than that much time to get things done? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I have other things
I
going
was
on.
going to say.
Yeah, that ended real quick. But I was like, oh, I could do a bunch of patterns. So anytime you see a designer that is just banging them out, just know that that person's not sleeping.
Yeah.
Check on them every once in a while. Make sure that they're okay.
Mhm.
So January was Jane. Remember Jane? I know it's been a while now. January, and I was working on it this time last year.
Mhm.
I associate this with a TV show. Do you do that when you because you remember what you were doing at that time?
Sometimes, yeah.
I was rewatching In the Dark, which is on Netflix. There's 4 seasons. I was rewatching that show and I was designing this wallet. So there are parts of it that I remember, like
Oh.
what was going on in the show. It's very weird. And it's an
Mm.
interesting show if you're looking for one. So Jane was January. March, wait, shoot. Yes, March was Margie.
Mhm.
I had to remember which happened. March was Margie. And then April was Olive. Though
Olive.
they happened very close together, and I don't really know why, except our last retreat of this year together in April,
Yeah.
this they got for free.
Yeah.
And Patreon, or no, the virtual retreat was happening the next week. They got it. I have no idea why they happened so close together, but they did.
They did.
And then the 4th pattern, which was July or August, I think it was August, was Georgia. Is there something in here? Oh no, it's just, never mind.
Junk.
Just the handles. Georgia. And then the 5th pattern, are you ready? No, I'm just kidding. You can't see it until Sunday. Is the pattern that we're doing for the New Year's Eve so long. So 5, I call them publish pay for patterns. But in the
I was gonna
meantime,
say, but you had free.
in the meantime, I did Alice and Lainey, which are older patterns. I did videos for those. I also reworked the boxy pouch, did a brand new video. I did the notebook cover. I feel like this was also early in the year, like January, February-ish.
I think it was.
I think
'cause
it
you
was-
gave me one right before a retreat. or
Yeah, it was
something, I
really
think.
early.
Yeah.
Then we had the little key fob.
Mhm.
Then we had what was next? The boxy pouch, the clear boxy pouch.
Yep.
We did that. And then I thought I didn't have this. Bitty baskets.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to have one of those, wouldn't it?
I'll hook you up. We did bitty baskets. And
Somebody's too lazy to make one herself.
and Poppy.
Yep.
So 4 free patterns plus a bunch of like extra videos. So we had all of those. And then I went and counted. As of today, there are 22 videos uploaded for this year. I'm not talking about live. I'm talking about tutorials. 22 tutorials this year, which is crazy to me. Because
Really?
remember, we had like the cutting tutorial, the hardware
Yeah.
tutorial,
Mhm.
all the new patterns, all the freebie patterns, redos of old patterns, all that. I still have another one that is in the middle of being edited. I was hoping to get it done. I still have the blooper reel, which you guys unfortunately are not getting until the 1st because there's a sneak peek of Sunday's pattern in it, and I almost uploaded it and went, oh no, don't do that. The bloopers, I still find to be the funniest thing on the internet. If you don't like burping, don't watch it because I burp a lot. Even Eric goes, why do you burp so much? I'm like, I don't know. I just do. And I also swear a lot, but I beep it out. So it's
Yeah.
really funny. You hear a lot of beep, beep, a lot of middle fingers. It's fun. And then I also have the new video, which you will get Sunday, Monday. So in total, 25 videos for this year.
Yeah. You're constantly
Because I
doing
paid
videos.
attention to what I was doing this year and I focused because it wasn't a dumpster fire like the year before. My life was still not great, but better. We did. Do you want to know? Can you guess?
Oh,
Remember,
God.
there's 52
Here
weeks
we
in a
go.
year. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
52 weeks in a
Yeah.
year. How many lives do you think are up there? So we did some together. Eric and I did some. I did some alone. What's your guess?
For Friday
Friday
Lives?
lives for this year.
I want to say 48.
Close. 45. 45.
45.
We only missed a few weeks,
I
and
was
it was
gonna say,
mostly
we
because
didn't
I was
miss a lot.
traveling.
Yeah.
I even did them from our retreats, but
Right.
it was, I was traveling, unfortunately.
Look
45
at that. I was
lives.
close.
You were
Yeah.
very close.
Wow.
Oh, and the best part of 2023, we lost 0 body parts. We came into it and we lost nothing on the way out. Eric still has 9 toes. We have not lost any. I have all of mine.
I have all of mine.
You have all of yours.
Yep.
We're doing amazing. Okay. This year, sadly, was not great for some of my friends and for a lot of you. And I am very sorry. And I'm hoping, hold my hand. 2024, don't be a butthole. Just be kind, 2024.
Exactly.
I don't need you to be the best year ever. I'm not going to claim it is. Can we stop having tragic, horrible things happen to the people that I love
Yes.
and us? Can we just have a chill year? Like, just
Yeah,
chill. Just chill
exactly.
out. I'm done. I'm done with the BS. It's been too many years in a row. But I was very excited. We have all the body parts we went into the year with. We are good to go. I feel confident in saying we will keep that going through the 1st.
There you go.
I feel very confident. Watch, Eric calls me today.
Oh my
He's like,
God, I'll kill him.
my brain fell out of my head. And I'd be like, that's not a surprise.
Don't catch it. Get it. Stuff it back in.
I vended at 3 shows.
Mhm.
That was a lot for me, considering I did 1 the year before and I hadn't done any for years. But I
Mhm.
vended at 3 shows. I lived. It was good. I traveled halfway across the country with my husband. We are still married.
Yes.
So I
was
mean,
awesome.
that right there is great. I taught at the first ever So Badgical, which was exciting because I feel like I never get to do like the first of something. So like I was really excited to I was like, I get to be at the first one. And we added some SVG files. They're not going to be an everyday, all the time, every pattern thing, but I added some and that was a new thing for me. So I feel like I've learned. So now we're going to play a fun game that Barb
Oh,
loves.
Lord.
It's called
I apologize already.
Most Popular. Now, most popular is by quantity, not dollar amount, because
Okay, yeah.
because the honestly, if a big ticket item, like obviously that's going to,
yeah.
and
It's gonna be
so
cork.
so
Yeah.
well, it's going to be Cork Club,
Yeah.
things like that. So not by dollar amount, but by
No.
units sold, quantity,
Volume.
So 4 patterns are out for this year. We've got Margie, Olive, Jane, and Georgia. Which do you think was the most popular of these 4? The biggest selling pattern out of these?
And I don't even see a pattern.
No, that's right. You don't see any of the patterns.
I'm gonna guess Olive.
You were right. Look at that. 1 point for Barb. Olive. In order.
I did do some kits.
You did do some kits. Olive was number 1. Georgia.
I was gonna say that.
Georgia was number 2.
Then
Followed by
Margie.
Margie and Jane.
Yep.
Now, to me, I'm like, everybody needs a wallet, even if they don't like a purse. But wallets are just
Yeah.
they have to check a lot of boxes for people,
Mhm.
and sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. So I understand. None of these were drastically like, oh, that one didn't do well at all.
Yeah.
But Olive, yeah, and I
Mhm.
was not surprised by that because I
No.
know the amount of olives that I've even just seen in person. I totally get it. I do have to give honorable mention to one of our old patterns. Older
The
pattern.
Taurus tote.
Taurus tote bag. See, you're doing great this year.
Yay!
Taurus tote bag is still up there. It's still a seller.
Hey,
So,
it's a good pattern.
It's a good pattern, but I'm also at that point where I'm like, doesn't everyone have it already? But apparently not everybody does.
But people make it over and over and over
They
again.
do. They
You
do.
lose the pattern. Some
And
people.
the new pattern, I think, is doing pretty well considering no one's even seen it yet. And we've already
That's
sold
right.
over 140
There you
spots for
go.
the New Year's Eve so long. I'm like, new pattern's doing great.
There you go.
Okay, what do you think is the top selling template?
Think, how many do I bring home? I can tell you what's the heaviest pile.
Maybe they're the
top
same.
Selling. Maybe a zipper template, but I don't think so.
She is correct.
Is it right?
It is.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
I feel like next year that will definitely be different
Yeah.
because people are getting their basic
Yeah.
ones. And Jane was also very popular.
Okay.
And the box corner template.
Yeah,
So some
yeah.
basics and then also a pattern specific template. Jane
Uh-huh.
was very popular. Really funny. 4th place on the pattern, but everybody was buying the template.
Yeah, really.
So
look at that. I'm doing good. Do I get a prize at the end of the
yes, absolutely. So this is all based on the website. I have a couple of things from shows because shows I can't keep the same track of
Yeah.
things. It's like a general overview, but there's a couple of things from shows. But this is all on the website. So 3rd year in a row, this one will come as no surprise. I will just tell you the most popular cork,
Garden Bloom.
black. I know
Oh,
you want it to be
black.
Garden Bloom. Black. Yes, I
I was
know.
going to say black because we're always running out of
We
it.
sell out of black constantly.
But I
That
want
is.
Garden Bloom to be it.
I know, honey.
Is that
I'm
number
sorry.
2?
It's not.
Oh, it used to
Black.
be.
It has its moments
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Black is basic. Black goes with
Yeah.
everything. You can't go wrong. People buy excessive pieces of.
Uh-huh.
They're like, I'm just gonna get the biggest one because I'll use it. For the 3rd year in a row that I've checked, I didn't check prior to this because we
Mhm.
didn't do this. For the 3rd year in a row, black number 1. Now, out of the basic color quirks, and basic to me is like black, navy, chocolate.
Yeah.
What do you think is number 2 and number 3? Black's number 1. What do you think is the second?
Navy.
Yep. And then chocolate.
Mhm.
So those are in that order. What happened to natural? No one
Nobody
cares
buys
about
it
natural.
anymore. Nobody, very rarely.
And at shows in the beginning, remember we could not ever keep
Yeah,
it. It was
yeah.
gone. So
even
you
the
know,
natural with silver and natural with gold doesn't.
no, I mean,
People aren't buying
they
it.
still sell, but everybody wants
Yeah.
the prints and the darker ones and all the
Yeah.
other stuff. So
Maybe
this
they
one,
found out the natural gets dirty easier.
maybe. This one will shock you, and I
Oh,
don't know
dear.
if you'll guess it or not. I will give you a hint though. The most popular cork print, and it's one of our exclusives. I'll give you that much. So it's not Garden Bloom. I was actually surprised when I looked. I went, "Did I see that correctly?"
Cork print.
It will shock you. I think it will shock many of you, because I was blown away.
I'm not even sure which ones there are.
Red sunflower.
Oh, okay. Yeah, people are buying that like crazy.
So here's the funny thing.
For a while.
Quantity sold, red sunflower number 1.
Yeah.
Price wise, buying bigger pieces, succulents.
Oh,
So
succulents was a
you're
big one,
buying
yeah.
less but larger,
Right.
more and smaller.
Right.
How weird is that? The most popular single piece of hardware.
A single piece of hardware.
Yeah, not a kit. Just a single
Oh, she's
specific piece of
testing
hardware.
me.
I am testing you.
I don't know. Handmade tag. I don't know.
Handmade tags are the number 1
See?
sold item on the entire website as far as quantity.
There you go.
But
I knew.
second, barely to that, twist locks.
Oh,
But
yeah. Okay.
we had Jane and Olive.
Yep.
So we used a
Okay.
lot of twist locks this year. What do you think
Oh dear.
is the most popular hardware kit we sold this year?
Charlotte.
Yes. Yep. Charlotte. She knows that because she takes them home to Sean.
I was going to say same thing. What do I bring? I need to bring some.
What
home
do
now.
I bring? And our number one SVG file,
That thing.
the Bitty Basket.
Yeah.
Bitty Basket.
What
Because
other one do you have?
we have Bitty Basket, we have Sydney, we have Zipper
Oh.
Overlay.
What do I know? I don't know. For SVG files, I don't know.
I think there's 4. Maybe there's 3. I don't know.
I didn't even know there were more than that one. I
Now,
don't see those.
Just to
orders.
remember this when you're like, I'll ask Barb. Why? Her answer's probably, I don't know. I have no idea. She probably knows your addresses better than she knows the inventory. It's
No,
just,
I know
you
the
know,
inventory. Just
you know, you're like, I
know
actually,
where it is. I should
okay,
say.
hold on. Let me retract that statement. There are days where she's like, I know that we had an 18 by 27 of that cork sitting on the shelf, and I'm like, how do you know that? How do you remember that?
I do that when I'm pushing orders.
She's like,
sometimes.
this one says out of stock, but I'm pretty sure I saw this sitting on the shelf. Yep, I told you it was here. And I'm like, that's a weird talent. We need to find a way to use that, but I don't know how. So
That happened with sunflowers
it
last
did.
night.
I know.
We had it. I knew
You're
we
like,
had it.
I know we have this. So at shows, because I use a different payment processing, we have cork only by size. I can't track the colors or the
Right.
prints. We have the templates separately. Patterns are all lumped together as one. So patterns, I couldn't tell you what we sell. So what do you think at a show is the most popular size of cork that we sell?
9 by 27? 9 by 12?
18 by 27.
18 by 27.
18 by 27.
Okay, yeah.
And our most popular template, it's not the same. This one, I was like, are you sure? But yeah, it was.
Oh, dear.
This was like a curveball to me.
A rivet template.
No.
Just winging it.
Zipper overlays.
Oh, yeah, those are cool.
They are cool, but it's like, I don't know what it does at shows. It like
Yeah.
grabs people's attention in a different way. It's funny.
Who knows?
I don't know.
You just never know.
You don't know. I know nothing. That is really what I'm trying to tell you all.
Mhm.
So
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know as much as I should.
no, but you knew a lot.
Yeah, look
This
at
is
that
probably the
better.
best you've done.
I know.
Usually she goes, oh no, I don't want to do this.
I don't have a
I
clue.
don't know.
I don't know. What's your address? I can tell you.
Yeah, I know where you live. Oh yeah, you live in Kentucky. It's like, okay. I don't need to tell them we stalk them. So that
the
is
Poppy SVG file.
Poppy.
Somebody said you were missing.
Poppy.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Isn't
Listen.
that the newest one?
I have to. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's this one. I have to go through my own patterns to. I'm like, did I design that this year? No. Was that the? No, that.
You
Oh
lose
no, that was
track.
that.
It's so easy.
You do, because for a long time I was like, I did Charlotte this year. No, I didn't. Charlotte was like 2 years ago.
Wasn't that long
I think so. I
God,
just
I
wanted
would've
to
thought.
see. I want to see one thing here. Actually,
See, now I can relate the hardware.
I
When
know.
do I bring hardware home?
I know what the most popular video is because it's already exceeded the other videos that like it's going to be a while before anything else catches up. But I just like to see because
Which one is it?
it's the recess zipper.
Oh.
It is this is really funny to me. It is at 288,000 views. And it just cracks me
Over
up.
a quarter of a million people have watched your video.
Like, and that was the video that
Wow.
started this whole thing because I was like, guys, I don't know how else to explain this in words. Let me just show you.
there you go.
And I edited that video. That video is awful too. Like it's just not even well done. It's just terrible. But it gets the
People
point
like it.
across and people watch it.
Exactly.
And then underneath that is the tablet sleeve. Which
I love that thing.
I mean, a lot of people they discover it around this time
and
of
it's
the year.
easy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The boxy pouch is still popular.
Mhm.
As far as the free patterns, Daybreak is still the number one free wallet pattern.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I mean Sydney's not that far behind it, but
Mhm.
Daybreak is right there.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking, and so okay, Olive was our most popular pattern this year. Margie has more views than Olive.
Oh,
How
that's
funny is that?
Huh.
You know, so it's just you just don't know.
You don't know.
But it's what's the saddest video at the bottom of this list? Let's see. A random Facebook Live. Just a random from 3 years ago. From
wow.
September of 2020. Well, at least it's not the makeup video where my face is naked for a lot of it. That at least makes me feel better because that video was the most awkward thing I've ever filmed in my life. And no,
never
I'm never
watched
doing
it.
another one. It's terrible. It's terrible because I'm like, oh God, I'm pale. It's awful to see how with these lights.
Oh gosh, yeah. You're white.
It's not, I am
You are
like see
stark
through.
white.
You held a flashlight up, you'd see my brain. Like it's bad.
Is there one there?
It's a ping pong ball. So that's it. This is our recap. This is our 2023.
So Linda says she's
Things
waiting
we
for a
did.
Daybreak SVG file.
I know. I know.
Okay.
I'm on vacation right now. Listen, things have not been forgotten. They get pushed down because other things have to trump them,
Mhm.
unfortunately, and that's just the way that it goes. It's not forgotten. It is still on the list of things that need to be done. For any of you that are waiting for them for the paid patterns, sorry to tell you, but you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. I don't have intentions of doing them for the paid patterns. I have my reasons. I do not want to explain it again. I've already explained it and tried to rationalize with myself and change my own mind. And I can't. If I can't change my mind, you can't change my mind. So
That's for sure.
that is just the way that it's going to be.
Mhm.
But for free patterns, I don't mind. So Jane will, or not Jane, Jesus Christ. Daybreak will happen. It just hasn't happened yet, but it will happen. So that's all.
Ay.
Do we have any questions?
No,
Probably not.
not really. Not at all. Will there be any specific bag making retreats in 2024 on the site?
Specific, like our retreats? No.
She doesn't want to do retreats with me anymore. Too much commitment.
No. If I could
kidding.
just hang out with you, it would be different. Sometimes they don't go exactly as I would like them to.
Mhm.
And it's very exhausting. It's not that I don't enjoy them, but by the third day, I feel like I'm just like blah, 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 blah. Like I have nothing left. Also, Barb got her schedule kind of later. I didn't have things scheduled already. Now
Yeah.
she's already done through April.
Mhm.
So like now we're out. So unless I have all of my schedule done by the time she gets fall dates,
Yeah.
I can't really say. As of today, no. We have our virtual retreats. We have classes here. That's about it for the moment. Other than that, I don't really have much else to offer as far as that's concerned. I would love to do one. I have no details on So Magical for next year. I don't know if I'm invited or not. I don't know any of that. I'm assuming I might teach some classes at So Magical if I get my act together and submit my paperwork, which I still have to do. And I will be at Lauren's shop at least once or possibly twice teaching in Illinois outside of St. Louis. Other than that, some shows and some other stuff going on. Our first quilt show in 4 years. 4 years
In Florida.
in Florida. So, there's that.
She's excited about it. Can't you tell?
I'm trying really hard. There's the things I'm not excited about. I don't really want to say publicly, but I'm trying. I'm excited to hang out with my husband, and we're taking the dogs, and hopefully an alligator doesn't eat them.
Yeah.
If they do. I'll get new dogs. But hopefully it all goes better than my mind thinks it's gonna go.
Question. Are you teaching a class in September? Maybe the weekend of the 13th.
Where?
Would it be on your website?
It's not on my website.
Not on
Oh, do you mean at Lauren's? Maybe. Details have not been released. I am
sneaky girl.
I am not allowed to say. But maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Karen, the answer is maybe.
Yes. But that's a big old mystery that I can't tell you guys about. But I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
You have a cruise coming too.
Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, sorry. I finally said it. Sorry. I didn't say the F word. Yes, and I am cruising for the first time ever, teaching and going on a cruise. Never done either of those together or cruised at all. So yes, in June I will be going to Alaska with Eric.
You would love it.
And So Magical. So if you want to come hang out with me there,
There you go.
And Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. If you're close to New Orleans, Nicole will be teaching at the New Orleans retreat in March. If you're close to Washington, that show looks really awesome. The Sewing Expo,
Oh, yeah.
stitching, whatever. A lot of people are going to be there. Shayla and Christy from Sassafras Lane, Lauren's vending. Like, there's a bunch of people. I'm really sad that I can't go to the Washington show.
Don't they
For-
do it on the East Coast too?
I don't
Sewing
think
Expo?
so. If they did, I don't think they do anymore. If it might be a different company,
Hmm.
but there's a lot of really cool bag making and sewing adventures to take next year. I can't do all of them, but I am squeezing my way into every one that I can.
Pushy,
So
aren't you?
I'm not saying no to anything at this point. So, but I'm also just hoping I can weasel my way into a few
Yeah.
other things. I've got a few things on my mind. I can only tell you what I've already committed to and what I'm allowed to talk about. I don't know anything else. Like, so magical events, I have no other information. The cruise and the 2 shows are the only things that I have been personally asked to do. I know that Nicole and Salty Sews are teaching at the New Orleans one because it's on the website, and that's about it. I know nothing about So Magical. I know nothing about the cosplay retreat because I don't do cosplay. But if you do, it's supposed to be really awesome. They have like cool teachers, stuff that we don't do.
I was gonna say.
Costume kind of things and
Um,
like fan stuff. I mean, I'm in the group for whatever reason. I think Kayla just invited me, and I was like, I don't understand anything you guys are talking about, but it sounds fun. So, I don't know. Have a good time. It's not something I've ever gotten into, and I don't fit there. Nothing I sell or make belongs in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
realm. So,
Mhm.
but as soon as I have information about things, you guys will be the first ones to know. I just don't have information to give out.
Okay.
So,
Will the website show minimum of name and place of events you are attending?
on the homepage of the website, anything that I already know and have committed to and can tell you about is on there. I
Yeah.
want to say it starts with Daytona Beach and goes through the cruise, or no, the 2 so magical expos, Tennessee and Florida, are on there, the dates and everything. I don't have teaching information. I typically teach at those shows, but I haven't put my contract and my application and everything, and I haven't done any of that. I'm sure I will be teaching. I don't know what though,
That's
but as
what's
soon
on
as I
there.
do, yeah. So we've got Daytona Beach where I'm vending, So Magical Cruise where I am teaching, the expo in Nashville and Orlando where I will be vending, probably teaching, but don't have information on yet. I do have to add Lauren's studio in May, except I don't have my projects picked yet. I'm on the fence with a couple. I'm making decisions. So
Mhm.
that will be added on there too. And then anything else that happens along the way will be put on there. If Barb and I do decide to do a
Mhm.
retreat together, I'll put it on there, but I don't have anything else right now. So there's a lot of stuff that is like up in the air right now. And that makes me crazy. I like answers and I don't have them. So I can't give them to you.
I have no dates for next year yet.
No, you're done after April. You're just kind of
Yes.
waiting.
And
So,
that's when I usually send out next year's dates,
mm,
April 1st.
hmm I
Mhm.
guess you better be making some phone calls.
Well, I already made them.
Strong
so
arming
we'll
some
see.
people.
We shall see.
Have you tried bribery? I'm just saying. Sometimes it works. Like, look, I made you all these wonderful cookies, and here's some cash. Can I have dates?
You really?
You never know.
I don't know.
So I think that's it, unless you have anything else.
I don't see
I
anything
think
else.
we're done.
When you were talking about Washington, it was Washington State, not
Washington
Washington D.C.
State. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. I try
Mhm.
not to go to Washington, D.C. because the traffic is ridiculous. I try to avoid that area of our country with every
Yeah.
fiber of my being because even on a Sunday, it's chaotic. But yeah, Washington State, which is a bummer because it's so far away from us that it's not something like I want to vend there very
Yeah.
badly. Logistically,
Yeah.
it's because we don't ship things. We drive places. And even Eric's retiring in a year, which is crazy
I
to
know,
me.
it's wonderful.
It's not that he wouldn't drive me there, but I'm like, that's a long way to go to vend at one show and then drive all
Yeah,
the way
really.
back. So it's kind of going to be a him thing. It won't be next year
He'll
because
say yes.
he'll say yes
He
to
will.
anything. It won't be next year because it's literally right after Daytona. So like logistically, it would never work out.
Yeah.
But I would love to go out there. I would love to actually be able to vend at that show, and maybe someday it will happen. It's just can't right now. So
I'm going to answer this.
go ahead.
The New Year's Sew Along Mystery Bag is still on at 2 o'clock, December 31st, Eastern Standard Time.
It is. It is.
It's not changing. It is still. It's
New
a
Year's
go.
Eve has not happened yet.
No. Mm-mm.
Spoiler alert, it's Sunday. So
Yep.
yes,
Mhm.
yep, it will
It is
be
still on.
happening on Sunday. Unless I die before then or I'm tragically ill, yes, it will still be happening. I don't have any plans to change it, and it will still be on New Year's Eve. Yes.
And I'm all ready.
Barb's ready.
I'm ready.
You're more ready than I am. I have to cut my thing out.
We've got both of those all cut out.
I have not cut mine out
Mm-mm.
yet. That
And
will
the
be my
handles made.
project
And the handles made.
either tonight or tomorrow. I will be cutting mine out. It doesn't take that long to cut,
No.
but it was a pretty quick one.
Mm-hmm.
Because before I filmed the video, I cut mine in like half an hour. Like it was quick.
I cut both of them. Not much longer than that.
So yes, it is still on. I will be live. If you look on my YouTube channel, the event is already there. It says the time and everything. So yes, not changing that.
And the idea of how long it will be, a few hours, you said?
A few
Maybe?
hours. It will be until we're done, and I don't know how long that will be. So
And if it runs too long, you can always leave.
yeah, you're allowed to leave if you don't want to hang out. Like I won't be offended.
Julie mentioned the Voyager train case.
Oh, because I did that video this year too.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Which that one, it wasn't a new pattern. It was a magazine pattern.
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of like new to the website if you had
Mhm.
missed that part of my life when I was in
Yeah.
a magazine. So that was up this year too. There's been a lot. It's I committed to many videos this year. I know we're not supposed to compare ourselves, but we all do. I still look at other people and I'm like, God, she put up another video. How is she putting up one video after another? But not all of us have that kind of time or energy or ability.
Yeah.
So I feel like 25 videos, 22, whatever it
That's-
was, plus going live every single week,
Yeah, really.
almost, I think is pretty good. I'm not that person that can commit to like every single week. I have too many other things that require my attention that
That's
I
the thing,
can't.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that you just can't do. Eric
Yeah.
can't do. And so even if I could film every week, I
Yeah.
still have to edit them.
Right.
So until I even had somebody doing that position, which that's a hard thing to ask somebody, I'm talking paying someone, but that's a hard thing to have somebody do because I am kind of a perfectionist and I want things
Mhm.
done the way that I want them done. I can't commit to doing that kind of stuff.
No.
Anyone that can, I give them so much credit. I'm like, lucky you, because I can't do it. It's just too much. So I would love to be able to be like every single week, brand new
Yeah.
video. You get this every week.
You got it.
This is what you get. I'm just excited when I have more than one in a month. I'm like, wow, I released 2 videos this month. Woo!
You do a lot. You do a lot.
I'm very fortunate that I have this now because remember, we didn't have a studio in the
Oh
beginning.
my gosh.
I
yeah.
could only work when you weren't working.
Yeah.
I had to take everything down. The
Yeah.
lighting was not great.
Nope.
So, and then when I got a studio, there was a garage attached
Yeah.
to it. And so
It
there
was
were
smelly and
backup
hot
cameras and just so much stuff going on and so much noise and air
and
compressors.
machines and yeah.
So now I have complete silence. I just need more time. And time is always the problem. It's always the thing I'm
Mhm.
lacking. So that's all. I think that's everything.
Oh my God. Anne says after last year, I think you exponentially exploded this year.
Yes.
I
So
agree.
we will say, I will leave this as my closing remarks for the year. 2022 wore me out. 2022 pushed me to a point mentally that I did not know if I could recover from. There was way too much with moving, with Eric in the hospital, with
Mhm.
other personal things going on. There were so many things. I literally felt like I was in a boxing match, and every time I stood up, somebody knocked me down again. And I got to the point where I could not function. There were times where I would come into the office and I would just sit here and stare. I was like, I can't do this. I can't, I'm done. Well, my business suffered because of it. Also, my mental health suffered because of everything. And I finally realized that, yes, I couldn't control certain things that happened, but I can control how I react to them. And I reacted very poorly to a lot of situations, and I let a lot of things bother me too much. And so 2022 was a nightmare. and I hated that year and I never want to relive that year. But I also could have been better about it. I could have tried to find the positive in it and I didn't. I just kind of was like, I'm done. I'm defeated. I'm over it. And I remember Eric saying to me, I think it was like Sylvester Stallone or somebody had made this
Mhm.
quote. I don't know if it was in a movie or it was an interview, that it's not the amount of times you get knocked down, it's the amount of times you get back up.
Exactly.
And I was like, I have to get up in 2023. I can't dwell on everything and just be like, my life sucks. And that's what I did. And I did it a lot. And I feel somewhat justified because a lot of things happened that year, but also where did it get me? It just made me feel sad and made me, my business hurt. And I can't do that anymore. So I have a building I need to pay for. I got things I need to get done. I have product that I need to, I can't just keep buying inventory and not doing anything with it. And I have pattern ideas that need to get down on paper. I have things that need to happen. I started a YouTube channel. Regardless of why I started it, it's here. I got to keep doing something with it. I can't just abandon it. And, I have to just try. And I did try as hard as I could this year. I still cried a lot this year. I still had a lot of things happen. Listen, I lost friends this year. I had some bad things happen this year, but I said, you know what? That's life. And if my life was sunshine and rainbows all the time, I also wouldn't know what to do with myself. I have to just move on. And I moved on. So I think I did a great job this year. So can I do an even better job next year?
You
Maybe.
did well better.
I think I can. I think I can. If Barb could quilt 250 quilts and work for me, go to retreats, go on vacation, and still smile, I think I got this. I have my numbers right here. I can look and see. Maybe I could make all these numbers a little bit bigger for next year. 22 videos.
Maybe
let's
I
make it
can
30.
too.
Maybe you can
Maybe
too.
I can make it 300.
And I got my new notebook. I haven't even done anything in it yet. My goal book,
There you
all
go.
my things. This will be retired as of the 1st. It will sit on a shelf where I
The
can
new one
admire
will
it.
Start a new
And
chapter.
we'll start a new one and we'll move on. And
Okay.
that's it. Oh, and I made my mom cry on Christmas in a good way. In a good way.
How?
She
She doesn't cry for anything.
No, she doesn't.
What did you do?
Long story short, her cousin, my whatever cousin, I don't know all that number stuff. Posted a picture on Facebook of my grandparents and all of my grandfather's siblings and spouses
Oh, okay.
and my great grandparents. They were at a wedding. All of them were there. It's so sad. Out of all of those people, only one of them
One
is
was still
here.
alive.
Everybody is gone from this picture
Yeah.
except for one aunt. So she posted this. My mom was like, oh my God, what an amazing picture. Look, it's Grandma and Pop. And she sent it to me. And I was like, Christmas idea. I sent it to Shutterfly. I had it matte framed, the whole thing. So we made my mom open it last on Christmas, and I filmed because I wanted to send it to our cousin to show her. And my mom opened the box and immediately just started crying. And she was like, and I was like, oh my God, my mother's crying.
Yeah, really.
Look, pick me up off the floor. But it's a beautiful picture. And Shutterfly, top notch. They did an outstanding job. It is gorgeous. That's all.
Okay, 2 questions.
Yes.
And I'll
And then
answer
we're
the first
done.
one.
It's 12:15, you guys.
The studio is not a storefront.
The studio is not a storefront. The studio is a classroom, a shipping department, a video studio, and open by appointment only.
Right.
Yes, November and December, we had open shopping hours. Yes, I'm considering adding that back onto the schedule. I just haven't decided how many times a week, a month, I just haven't
We're
picked
not
it.
here all the time.
We're not here all the time. Sometimes I look like trash. Sometimes I'm filming a video. Sometimes I just don't want to talk to people. So I am not a retail location. We do not have Monday through Saturday hours. It's nothing like that. If you're going to be in town, email me. And if I'm here and can accommodate you, I would love to. I cannot always promise that. That's why there aren't set hours. There.
And one last thing.
And then we're done. Yes.
Did you make your earrings?
I did.
I was going to ask you about that because I kind of got a
I
peek of them. They're
Did
cute.
because I like to bead, and
They're rainbow. They're cute.
they are rainbow, and they're little see they're those little clippy hoops.
Oh, cute.
So they're rainbow.
Clippy hoops.
They're rainbow.
They're
with seed
rainbow
beads.
clippy hoops.
Yes, they're rainbow clippy hoops. And yes,
Are they going to be going on the website or this?
I
just
don't
a
know.
personal thing?
I don't know. If you like them, maybe they will. This is my non-sewing hobby because as Eric and I discussed the other day, and I'm not here to I'm not here to play doctor or anything, but I do have some mental problems. That is fact. I can't sit still. I cannot not do anything, or else I will not do anything. You will find me as a lump on
Yeah.
the couch for many days. So I'm constantly, I can't
Gotta
like
keep
not.
your hands busy.
I have to. So yes, due to many problems that I have, that's why I have a hard time focusing. So when I don't want to sew, I sit and I bead. And now I'm also into polymer clay because I needed another hobby.
Oh my gosh, what are you making out of polymer clay?
God knows what. I don't know.
I used to make buttons.
I'm going to be probably making jewelry because I have problems. It's my life.
Dear.
Yes.
When I was making a lot of bags, I used to make buttons for them.
How did I not know that?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, Barb is a bag maker. Barb's like an OG
I
bag
was.
maker, but she set that aside.
Uh-huh.
I used to cook dinner a lot. Sometimes things don't
Oh,
work out.
God, no, I don't either. Nope.
So that's all. Are we good?
I think we're good now.
Okay.
Yes.
We've talked for a long time. Thank you for hanging out.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year
If
to
you
everybody.
aren't signed up on Sunday, you just want to pop in and say hi, please do.
Mhm.
And otherwise, next Friday, I'll show you the brand new pattern and we'll talk
There you
about where it came from.
There you go.
Because there is a long story
And I will
behind
prove
it.
that I can make one.
You will. You'll bring yours.
I'll bring mine.
Everybody that makes one that can will post it on Facebook. And
Maybe I'll bring Seamus.
in talking about the backstory of this pattern, I'll share a
Mhm.
little something with you that Erica from Lavender and Twine were talking about, because it made me feel like, oh God, I'm not alone. You know, it's one of those like, oh, I'm so glad that somebody else gets what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
there'll be a whole thing next Friday. But other than that, we'll see you in 2024. If we don't see you before then, have an awesome New Year. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything dumb. You know, drink, stay home. Stay up
Exactly.
till midnight if you want to. I'll be in bed by 10.
Oh no, gotta watch that ball drop.
Is that my problem? You
need to watch the ball
I'm gonna
drop.
sit on the couch holding my eyes open. I will
I
do
don't
the
think
best
I've
I
ever
can.
missed it.
If I make it, I will text you.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see you, some of you Sunday and the rest of you Friday.
There you go.
Bye.
Bye guys. Happy New Year.